Now, can you explain to the audience
Mm-hmm.
everything they need to know about the last shadow in the shade?
Well, the last shadow in the shade is the third project to a trilogy. The first one, of course, the Shadow in the Shade. The first one, second one, Shadow in the Shade 2. This was the last Shadow in the Shade. I always been a big fan of movies, how they create series and kind of make you tap back into the old one in case you got late on a new one, whatever. But the overall series itself, the title I got from that I created was, I feel like in the music industry there are people in the game that have a spotlight on them, and those are your typical big artists that are signed to major labels. They have a lot of backing. They have the machine. They got the spotlight on them on TV, telephones, internet, whatever. I feel like there's a lot of people that are just as talented that don't necessarily have that spotlight. And these are your people that have solid fan bases, that their core fan base says, no, this is my favorite artist. And it might not be on anybody else's top list, but these people believe that these people are special. And they also are very influential, whether it be via a certain sound, a fan base, or that major artist that you think is responsible for this sound or this look. There are artists that have influenced those artists, and that's what I call the shadow in the shade. It's the people that don't have the light on them, but if you put the light on them, you would see them right behind the very person that you think is the person responsible for this sound or this song or this lingo, whatever. And I feel like I represent that. I feel like a lot of people that are fans of me from my core fan base, they put me on a high pedestal, but then you'll hear a lot of people go like, Syrie is slept on, or Syrie need, dang, it's crazy that you're not bigger than you are. But a lot of people, they look at it, it depends on how you look at it, you know what I'm saying? So that's really what the album is all about, and it's just about exuding that type of skill, that skill level at that high elite level. You know what I mean?
Now, aside what the fans personally think, what do you think when you hear those statements? How do you feel about those statements?
Um, like honestly, bro, as deep as I've been into the industry, now yeah, I mean it's always a blessing to do more numbers and get bigger and et cetera, et cetera. I love where I'm at though. Like you feel me? Like I really love, like, I'm at a point where I don't even like being called a celebrity. I hate that shit, by the way. I hate when I get called that. But I feel like a regular person. I just feel like I always wanted to be the nigga in my hood that everybody knew for doing what he did. You know what I'm saying? Like that was enough from where we from. So except when it was some illegal shit. Like everybody should know you the nigga selling something. But everything else, I feel like if you was the man that had the car wash around the corner, or Mr. Jenkins that owned the cleaners, the whole hood should know that. I love that. To the point when I go to other areas, I'm not getting fully harassed. Now I get recognized and shit. Like, well, you see when we was in the garage, I'm just walking in and a nigga hopped out the car, sorry. I'm cool with that. You know what I mean? But as long as it's not to the level where it's like TMZ and me and my kids out eating and then they're like harassing us and don't know when to leave me alone. I love that level. You know what I'm saying? And it's still enough for me to pay bills and take care of my family, pack out concerts, sell out shows on my own as a headline. I'm good at that limit. You know what I'm saying? I don't really got to do too much. So I'm cool with it. You know what I mean?
Cool with it as in you've settled, you're settling for this place in the music industry, so you've learned to love it, so to
Honestly,
speak?
like you want an honest answer on that? Yes. Like, yeah. But that doesn't mean that I don't want to compete on a high level. I still always want to compete. It doesn't mean I want to compete at a lower level. I'm cool with where I'm at, but I also still want to have those opportunities with the other people that, not saying they got to be a major artist or a big artist, because I work with a lot of artists, but I just want to be around, I would say, the best of the best, like at all times, especially when it comes to the rap shit. I love that. That's where hip hop started, you know?
Now, have you had any instances of the TMZ experience as you described where
Hell no. I ain't like that. Nah, TMZ ain't never.
and we're just using TMZ loosely, but have you been in an area where you have been bothered sitting down eating with your kids for pictures or someone trying to get your information, things of that nature? Have you felt that
No.
level or that tier as you
Nah,
described?
I'm gonna keep it a buck. I really hate to see, and I'm not saying anybody shouldn't have anxiety and these type of things, when I see people of high stature and they complain about that shit corny to me because it's like you know what you're signing up for. You know, with great power comes great responsibility. And everybody notice about me. Like when I do my concerts and I headline my concerts, I literally talk to everybody. I take pictures with everybody. I don't do that whole, no, leave me alone. Like, bro, this is what we sign up for. You know, but then again, I'm not Michael Jackson, so who's to know? That shit he dealt with was insane. Like I said, the level that I'm at, I feel like I deal with it at a very tolerable level. Even when I'm with my kids and people recognize me, my son will be like, man, everybody know you sometimes when we go places. Um, I'm cool with it, man. It's never been nothing disrespectful. It's never been nothing where somebody crossing the line or trying to ride me or put their hands on me. It's always been a lot of love. Yo, Sorry, man, I fuck with your shit, bro. I see what you're doing, man. I see the podcast. I'm cool with that. As long as it's cool like that, I'm cool.
And that sounds like the similar banter I experienced with you down in the parking garage.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Now, when you use Michael Jackson as an example here,
Decode.
there in the Michael Jackson experience, there were fans that fainted when they saw him in
Yeah.
real life, shed tears, cried when they saw him in
Yeah.
real life. Have you ever had any of those experiences where any of your fans or your listeners, supporters, whatever you want to call them,
Yeah.
cried in front of you when they met you, saw
No
you?
faint. No, nobody fainted. But the crying, a lot, bro. Yes. Like I got it on camera. Yeah, I got it on camera.
Now, obviously, from the perspective of the fan, supporter, listener, whatever you want to call them, you can understand why they're crying or what that feels like on their end. But how about from your end? Those in the audience that want to know from a recording artist standpoint, what does that feel like when you see one of those crying in front of you?
I'm like, I wonder if she'll give me some head real quick. No, I'm playing. Nah, but nah, bro. Honestly, I know what it is. I've got songs that are so personal that it helped them through a certain time. Like I've got a lot of people that reach out and go, man, I was in a hospital dealing with cancer, or my mom was dying, and I listened to this. I had a white dude on the internet. He was in a tattoo session, tattooing lyrics that I wrote for my uncle. You know what I mean? Like lyrics that I literally wrote on a song I got called, I think Top 10. And he literally was just like, bro, these lyrics like got me through some things. I ain't mean to do it like that. I just was speaking from my heart. But and him being white even made it a little bit better because it's like, bro, look what hip hop can do. You know what I mean? It's the same very people that were, not saying he was doing this, but you know, kidnapping us and taking us from our families and making us slaves, and are now listening to my stuff and getting motivation from it, and also healing themselves from it, and making a permanent decision on his skin from something that I wrote in my head. That means a lot to me. That lets me know that I have a duty on this earth to open my gift to other people. It's bigger than me. It's bigger than hip hop. It's bigger than how I felt in that moment. It's very very warming to me to know that I got that type of power, and that's what makes me keep going. Those type of moments, you know what I mean?
Have you had anyone say to you that your music or a song or a project has actually saved their life?
Facts, a lot, like multiple ways, from like I said, going through depression, in the hospital, maybe they lost somebody, didn't want to be here no more, went through a heartbreak, couldn't eat, sleep, nothing. Like I deal with that a lot. I got girls that reach out to me and say that my R&B albums, a nigga that did them dirty, to get them back, they sent them my project. And the girl listened to it and in turn was listening to it, posted me, tagged me in it, and now she listens to me and follows me. And some of them I've met up with later on, but we don't talk about it. What?
Now,
Being too honest?
what's the most unique thing or craziest thing you've heard someone has done with one of your songs or your bodies of work, or and if that wasn't the craziest that you just mentioned there, that description about the females trying to get someone back,
Nah, that's it right there.
so far.
Yeah, not that it's that crazy. I just feel like that be the wildest shit to me because it happens so much. Where, like I said, a nigga done did somebody wrong, sent her my album, like, babe, listen, this remind me of us, and then in turn she'll reach out to me. Some of them out of spite, some of them just out of like they love the song and tag me by accident. And you know, now it'll go to your DM. And so a lot of times like, yeah, my ex was sending me this and now you're hella cool and they'll come to the concert or some shit like that.
And that
I love
sounds
that.
like in reference to the social media platform Instagram for you.
Yeah, for sure.
And for those in the audience, getting to know you for the very first time, care to share your screen name on IG as well in case there are some spammy, scammy accounts that are existing?
Yeah, I
of
mean,
you?
my page verified, so SYARIDAKID, and that was the verified for before you could buy it. So you know that's my page.
Now, you mentioned hood here. Is there a name for a hood that you represent growing up, still to this day, things of that nature?
Yeah, I'm from the Bronx, so Concourse Village. Yeah, I'm from the east side of Concourse Village, even though I still got a lot of love for the west side because that's like where a lot of my family from. But that's over there by like 158, not too far, a couple blocks from the Yankee Stadium. But I still go home all the time. The corner store deli that I eat at all the time is on 158th Street, right by Concourse Village. So that's not the projects though, but it's in the hood. A lot of people don't really know that. If you're not from the hood, you don't really know. They look at that different. But if you're not from there, you would look at it all the same. But it's funny because it's a security guard downstairs in each building. So anybody from the projects looks at us like we not suburban, but we not as poor as them. And literally 30 seconds away from each other. So it'd be beef. Because they like, nigga, your mom's got a good job, nigga, fuck you. Like it's that simple in the Bronx like that. You know what I mean? So, yeah.